second. Can you hear me now? Maybe now it should be better. Yeah, now it should be working. Yeah, sorry about that. So I was telling about that in the previous round. Yeah, first of all, I will tell again that it's Moyo Open, Radek Nichinicki Memorial Round 3. I'm Andrii Kravets, 3-dan professional, so I will comment the game. Sorry for this technical issue. I didn't notice that I don't have a sound. Sometimes it happens, but thanks a lot for helping me to solve this. So in the last round, we had interesting games. We were broadcasted two interesting games between Zhang Bartik and Mateusz Surma and Zhang and Jan Komin. Unfortunately, there was no big surprises in results, and the stronger opponents won. But in the third game, with the people who didn't have the losses, was Qian against Lukasz Podpera. And we were talking that it's not clear what to expect from the Chinese 5-dan. Like sometimes it can be strong, sometimes it can be weak. For example, Yuanzhen also was Yuanzhen was also 5-dan in the beginning, and right now he's 7-dan and almost 8 by EGF rating, so you never know. And Lukasz Podpera lost to Qian. We didn't see the game, but this is kind of a standard for me that if Lukasz is losing, then maybe, I mean, everything can happen, but Lukasz is very good player against weaker players. So he is, how to say it, he's winning with a really high percentage, people with a rating under 2650. So we can expect that Guan Yeson at least should be close to 2600. I think this is my prediction, but I also don't know because he didn't play that many tournaments. But anyway, he has 2 wins, so there is 3 players right now with 2 wins. Mateusz Surma, um, Li Yuanzhen, and Guan Yeson. And Guan Yeson plays right now, he goes down to the player with 1 win, and we have the probably the best from the rating perspective match for today in this tournament. Like possible rating is Mateusz Surma against Li Yuanzhen. That we will move a bit afterwards about afterwards this game, because this game between two Chinese players like Zhang Mingrui and Guan Yeson, they play way faster. And yeah, we can go through this one. About also, like Guan Yeson is a new player. He started to play probably like 2 months ago or 3 months ago. I never see him in my life. And also, I didn't find a photo of him yet. Probably we will find him. We will have his photo eventually. Yeah, but this was also a surprise to me that he will be broadcasted, and yeah, that he would win 2 out of 2. Was a surprise for everyone. But yeah, we have what we have, so we will play. We will see. The thing is about two of those players, I don't really know how strong they are. Like, they have rating, but as far as you don't play that many tournaments, I don't know how rating is um, tells us complete story. But they play really interesting moves and ideas, which I really like to talk about. So let's just go through. So this is everything is kind of common, some Joseki, and this is the first thing which I didn't see for some time. It was like here. I mean, the pincer by itself makes a lot of sense. But do I want to push here as black few times? Doesn't make much sense. For example, maybe even now I would rather play like this to still have some option later. maybe to invade. I'm not sure invasion works really good in this position, but at least to have some moves like A. I think A by itself would work pretty well, maybe with some combos. Not sure which one. Maybe this. Maybe something like this. So this is what I would look for, and then try to destroy the shape. It looks interesting, and also I don't know if it works, but it looks fun, at least. And I feel like the shape there is not really that simple. Again, a pause for the cat. Cannot do anything about that. Yeah. So it doesn't look so simple, and you don't really want to give this territory so easily like that. Usually, if let's imagine this situation is a bit in a different way like this, I think in this situation pushing a few times is not hurting much because there is no move, and the move around L17 would just limit white points like a lot. So you don't really afraid much. But if there is already a stone, I wouldn't play the way how black played. I wouldn't push a few times. I would play this, but black decided to push and push again to just be sure that this is a territory. And now I think white doesn't need to run, which he kind of did. He just gave up the stone. I think this is decent idea. But I also think you need to extend this kick. I think this kick is kind of necessary to exchange. And yeah, it feels like one of the biggest moves right now. But white play elsewhere, which is probably also okay because, you know, if black would play Kema, you can take something else. That's all together works pretty well. Here black played this and connect. One of options to defend, especially if we don't have a ladder, which I didn't count, but I guess, yeah, there is some troubles with the ladder. It goes just on this stone. My lines are uh, not so nice, but anyway. Uh, Ladder is for white, so in this case, if we would play this kind of variation, for example, or like this, we cannot take the stone in a ladder, and if we cannot, usually we don't play this anymore. So we probably can defend the corner, can pincer. Also, this one is one of the options. And just defend the corner. Maybe here this one is slightly better. Or this. I'm wondering which one is better. I'm not really 100% sure which one is better. I think both are okay. It leads to the same result, more or less. Yeah, and here was something strange which I didn't expect. First of all, we already missed the timing of the kick. We decided to take another move, which means probably we have to give up the opportunity. But if we decided, okay, we can play that, and then we will be under attack. But what's more interesting, Tenuki right now I didn't see ever in my life after this kick. And it feels weird because let's say we want to play like this. This exchange at C16, B16 is such a bad exchange. Now you lose endgame from this side. You have a problem with liberties with the stones. There's a lot of problems, so I don't think you ever exchange that. And I think you have to already kind of accept this kind of result here, which doesn't look so bad. I mean, white get a lot of points, white will jump, and I think this is big mistake to just ignore it. Also, if you want to ignore, I don't think this is the move to ignore. Definitely not. I think this is a good move. Just very easy to make base and limit a lot of points on the bottom. I think this is the correct way to play. This feels weird, but white play first. on the right, which kind of makes sense if white would finish the shape again. But white played really, really weird, so white just decided to not play there. But this is still a big move, so it's okay, kind of, but black just get all things I think black wanted in this game. And I think if I would play black, I would feel really comfortable. So white jump. Here black has options, like the easy option is to play A, more active option is to B, to try to get more. For example, play something like this, maybe try to attack this. This would be one of the options that I would pick. This more conservative one. And here, white also play aggressive move. Here you probably can cut, but also I don't think this is easy. Feels like this is just not working well. But black decides against cut. Black play here, and then we have kind of a fight where white has two weak groups. And I think here black is just getting advantage with move after move. Maybe doesn't feel like white is lost the game, but I don't see white having a good result here. Like for white it's very hard to settle two groups. For example, if you connect one, then you get this Kosumi. And this group, in theory, it can survive, but also there is still Aji there. So I don't know how to handle this all. If we play here, we get Hane, which is also not easy to handle. So just extend. Okay, we get Kusumi and Keima, which kind of I predicted. So basically, it just was not a Hane here. But if we don't Hane, also A is still a move. We still can play A and cut off the group if we need to. This move I don't clearly understand. Maybe idea that black doesn't really like this kind of fight or don't see a good move at the moment, which also can be the true, and he wants to get this exchange to feel more confident with this group. For example, imagine it's just alive, and then when it's alive, then you are feeling good. But is this a good way? Probably it's okay. And this is something that I see a lot in Asian games, but I don't see in a lot of in European games, for example. One thing that here, you see, this is more like center. I feel like I want to answer somehow. And this one into center, we play into another aggressive variation, which I also don't know if it's good. It feels like feels a bit too much, to be honest. Let's see what happens. Yeah, black cuts. Okay, this Atari makes sense because if you connect, it doesn't feel so great anymore. Yeah, and this all result doesn't really look so good. Also, I'm wondering, do we need to play this? Probably he was afraid of this kind of stuff, which I also don't know if it's good. Hard to say it. But this is really, really weird fight. Mhm. Black is alive, but now white can run. And black will connect and white will connect. Hmm. Somehow white is managing this fine. I think, looking backwards, I think we should just take. I think this take is just too big by itself. And maybe you would extend and then we just continue to play. This is easier solution for black. then trying to cut. Eventually, this idea worked pretty well, I think. And I think this is like not a bad approach to think like this. But risk is huge. And I like the pace of the game in a way that how Asian players are trying to, you know, not to give even anything to your opponent and not answer. Because I think even answering is kind of, I'm not sure it's so bad. Like, let's say you answer here. It doesn't look bad because you set up the group on the top, so you need to just to focus on the group on the bottom. It looks also okay. But yeah, this is active way, and I think white gain a lot from here. And the game is, yeah, exchange, cut, and probably extend, or Atari. Mm, maybe here I would consider to push few times because from the directions which I don't want to run is this direction. This is strong, everything is strong, I don't want to run there. And here white can build some kind of area. So this is what I would be afraid of. Hmm. Yeah, this is good. So first thinking why we don't answer here. I guess black can just play this one, but it's also not 100% clear if it works so easily. If we just play this, we can connect. So yeah, it would be something like this. And yeah, we cannot really cut, but for example, this one is center. So maybe this is the thing, but I think you should fight here as white. There is no need to give up the Ponuki. Also, there is no need to Atari here. I would also consider only this. This Atari feels too much. Now we can also counter Atari and then get something like this. Hmm. This is a standard exchange in this situation. We want to usually play like this and get something like this. This is a standard Tesujis we can get. Also, it's possible to play like this and then corner is dead, but you can get some moves still, like trying to get some cut or something. It's possible, also maybe it's okay to play like this. This is also a way, or like this, and then try to build some call. This is also a way how to use the Agi, but most of the time it's just a crosscut. Mm, yeah, now black play this. There is no really point even. I'm not even sure this is good. So I think here we have to connect and then black would push. Yeah. And this result feels just bad for white now. I think white should just fight. Just looks good to fight. There is no reason why this should be bad. This you can just answer and at some point just connect. And this is, I think it cannot be bad for white like this. So you need to run and then white cut off these stones. It just feels that white would be fine. And this one just give Panuki for free, black would push, and this is what black is doing. And also you can get Hane to just to destroy the shape. It's not clear how to defend all of it. Feels that white messed up. And maybe now black is just good. So in this fight I think black was good, then white found nice sequence to connect, and now black is again good. By the way, this is round 3. So people are, I think, at least a bit tired. I can see this also from Asian player more, that they are start to play faster and faster in the last rounds. So that's why we have already almost 100 moves, even though the round is starting 1 hour ago. And usually the time for the round I would say like average is 3 hours, maybe 2.5, but more likely 3. And here they are playing really fast, so they both has like an unlimited amount of time on their clock. And yeah, but that's the approach, and I think it's more like Asian approach. Yeah, now black just will get this Atari, I think. This Atari you don't want to get. Like if you will try to run, this core is an issue. You need to connect, and then there is no point in the cut at all. But like this, if you do it from this side, then in theory you can afterwards even defend. This all looks fine. I don't know how to defend. This is probably also works in a in okay way, yeah. So yeah, this is I think what black is aiming to do, getting a lot of points, creating a cut. This core is meaningless. Everything looks kind of good. Okay, here we can make some pause. For the moment, let's move to the probably one of the most interesting game in this tournament. I mean, at least from the perspective of rating, because sometimes the games are just boring. So I let's talk a bit about this matchup. They played once, at least once I know, in the London Open, the tournament in London in during the New Year. Yes, and there Mateusz won. And Mateusz finished first, and Yuanzhen finished third. But for example, some statistic, Yuanzhen beat Kim Do-hyuk 4 times, and Mateusz has scored like 1-4 against him. So it's probably in all of this, the style matters way more than just one game. And so far, like as far as Mateusz is winning, probably Mateusz is a comfortable, or like Yuanzhen is comfortable opponent for Mateusz, but maybe that was only one game and it doesn't tell you anything. So we will see. I think if the game would go to the fighting, Mateusz sometimes make miscalculation in fighting, and sometimes he goes to aggressive variation, but he might not read it, and this might be an issue in this case. But you know, everything can happen. Also, can go vice versa. We saw that Liu and Zhang also in the previous game had a difficult time against Bartik. In a fight, also went for like questionable variation with the living when it was not really necessary. So it can go either way. Here we have difficult fight, but let's go from the beginning to see how it started. Uh, Also about the odds who would win. I think here I would bet a bit on Mateusz, but I think it's 55 to 45, something like this. The game is pretty even. Mhm. This is some of the old Josekis. As far as I know, you cannot play this, or you can. Wait, if you... Uh, this is a difficult one. I'm just trying to... like, this one probably we just come back to the other one, but if we play here, then nothing special happens. Yeah, probably you can just connect, but a bit weird, but it's okay. It's also okay to play this. I don't think it's a problem. Maybe he was not ready to play against this, but that doesn't look so scary. This just looks bad in my eyes for black. So yeah, just a decision by Mateusz to play this. Probably it's even or slightly better for black. I think in this case, when there is a stone, it's way easier to play this move. because you don't get these pushes. So this push, like you cannot hane, but the problem is this one, and here usually you want to hane, but if you have a stone around the area A, this cut is an issue. Like it's very hard to just resist. And that's why we need to push again. And even next push, we can get a double hane, even though it's not so big, it might be annoying in a fight afterwards. Yeah, so now it's just we playing elsewhere. Just try to pincer, makes sense. This game also looks good. And even now, I think I was considering to cut like this, if it's really a way to play. In this case, maybe it's not. Well, it doesn't work directly like this. And the cut is also a problem. So in this case, the cut is too much, but it's possible to think about this later. Okay. This is just a big move. Yeah, and this is another thing which I didn't really think about is to play like this. My eyes, this is strange, but also interesting. I think I would go maybe like something like this and go for the cut and try to fight, but it's not that easy. Like, probably it's possible, but somehow also looks scary. Like, even now, I'm not sure who is good. And if black would answer, then maybe you can get something like this. And this one is definitely good. So if you can get it like this, maybe connect. It should be good for white. Yeah. So this is what you can aim as white. But also maybe you can even fight like this, which I also not sure. Maybe it's also okay. Yeah. This one, simple one. Sure. Another big move, also fine. Hmm. Here you need to play from this group, from the top, I guess. I think some move like this should be a move. I'm not sure about the shape. Maybe shape is not great. But I think this is one of the options that I would consider. Maybe this, one of these two. Okay. This feels like just wrong direction. Even though you built a good shape, this is Gote, and now black can play this. I think this is the vital point. And I think right now black kind of has a good situation because this is one group is running and another group is running. So basically they are running into each other and black doesn't have weaknesses. So this is comfortable game and I think black is just prepare some fatal strike for white, like some crazy attack. And this is like how Yuanzhen playing a lot. The other thing, Mateusz at some point was famous for his defense. I remember he was playing like in some Asian kind of top professionals, like top 100, top 200. It was when he was in his prime in 2019, and he was famous for like creating 5 groups and living with the 5 groups. So he was really good in that. Recently, I think his style changed a lot, but he still has the skill to live with all like half dead groups. So maybe this is his thinking that it's just okay to let it be like this. Not sure this is what you want to have. But this is some kind of shape. But also it's expensive shape. But he's alive. He give the corner for a good shape. The problem is that you're running into nowhere. Maybe So I would assume that we would have something like this, that black would connect and white would answer, and this is the position that we will have, and now we need to think about points where, let's say we have something like this and something on the bottom, but black has a lot of cash and a move. So it feels like if we play something like this and capture the corner, I don't think there is even close conversation on points. So white settled three groups, but it's not like white get anything out of it. And even black goes for a more aggressive version, which I don't know if you need that. Also, I don't see a point of it. I think I like this move by far more. So this move, the point is that we can maybe cut, or maybe we can play this and cut. This way I think black is dead, and like this also it feels that, I mean, this fight doesn't look so easy, so I think you have to do something about that. And then we can, I'm not sure also with this, probably it's fine, but also it's fine to just make softer move, or like this. This one looks fine also. There is some issues with this. Yeah, so maybe you need to play here. But in any case, this is the simple way, and I think I saw this move a lot of times in professional games just to connect. This one, I also was considering it, but it feels a bit too much, and now I want to just cut. Probably Mateusz is also thinking about cut, but he's. Let's just think about the variations. I think the usual one is like this, and I think this is just really good for white because group is just not alive at all. So you cannot play this, so probably Mateusz is afraid of this one. But I also don't see what is next after, like, what black should do in this situation. Let's say we capture, but I think as white you should be happy with this. This feels just great. Somehow I don't see a point how, I don't see a way how black is making this fight good when he extends. And that's the problem. And if you play here, of course we can just cut. Well, can we? This is not so easy, but I think maybe this is okay. Maybe black can be happy with some kind of capturing stones. Maybe even just capturing. I'm not sure this is bad for white, but probably this is the best you can do. I'm just wondering what else we can see here. So if we capture, maybe capture and extend, but this is also feels, all these variations, they are just helping white. I'm looking at this position and I'm considering that maybe the best was still this. By forcing to make this exchange, make this, then push, play Hane, maybe get this and push. I think this was the best that black could do. And even now it doesn't look so bad. So you need to, I guess, answer. Then we get this one. Probably we can even live, but then we push and cut. This looks like the best option, even though it's such an ugly shape. But I mean, it feels like a bit ugly, but I think this bamboo is really, really strong. So you create two cut points. Maybe this is the problem. But I'm not sure you can do that. Like, It feels all looks like kind of nice, but it's just dead. And if it's dead, um, this is the trick, like if we can kill or not. But I think also if we just don't kill and again we push and play something like this and maybe just capture stones and force white to live, I think this is still might be good for black. This is another trick here. Okay, in a game they played few moves. Okay. Hmm. So now on this one we will extend. It would be like this. Don't think black would play that, but this is the current status of this, how to play it. And this one we also cut. Maybe we can connect, but this is connection with a lot of bad exchanges, which makes white alive. I don't think you ever go for it. The more I look on this position, it feels like black completely failed to attack the left. I mean, again, you can connect maybe, but it still looks pretty bad. The main issue that in all of this variation, even if black would cut, if black would cut here or connect, if black would go through this side, white is almost alive. And if we would just not touch it, we would play just here from the beginning. This group is not even alive right now, even though white even spent extra move. And this is the way better option for black than the previous one, I think. Yeah. Now the game looks good for white. White lived, like went out from the attack with the amazing result. And probably even in center. I don't think this is you need on this move you need to answer. Like probably also you can. It's just not wrong to answer. It's big. But if you don't, that's also okay. I mean, if you want to take the corner, which is also big, it cannot be wrong. Yeah. Okay. I think at this moment, maybe we can make a pause from this game. I think by itself the Fuseki was even, maybe slightly better for black, but this sequence, this cut and somehow it feels that black just made a lot of bad exchanges. I'm looking on this, I'm start to considering this as an option. For example, if you connect, then we push, and this is already kind of helping to build a shape. If you connect from this side, then we can play this, this, something like this. So we would sacrifice a lot of points. But we have these two center moves, which kind of helps us in a fight, and we can try to play a bit more aggressive. I don't know if we need to do that. Maybe it's too many points. Maybe this is too much. But this is an option that we have, and maybe now we can consider to play. I'm not even sure. I think I would still connect. Just connect. Because there is no clear way of getting profit from attack. They played few more moves. I want to just check where are they. They're here. Oof. This is the move that I would never play as white. It just looks bad. It looks very bad. It feels like it's a blunder. But this is the game, so there is a cut, which makes a lot of sense. And we create two groups for... I don't also know why. I think I would not even consider it. This move feels that you just invest your old shape. Now black can play here. We need to defend. Not sure this one. Maybe he's planning to defend like this. But this is that. This we cannot. So we need to play here, then jump. We need to play this way. Not sure. Maybe just connect. I think this is just good for black. Maybe also we can jump in order to just cut through here. This is not really easy fight. I think Mateusz just went from good result, and I'm pretty sure this is a good result, to some complicated fight where I don't have any clue. It's just unnecessary complicated. Okay. So if we have something like, let's say like this, jump and connect, not sure also with jump, it's so hard to build a shape because we will push, we will hane. I'm looking on this and let's say we will have it like this and connect, but even this is not what you want to have for sure as white. Even if you connect, this doesn't look good. Just cutting for two groups. I mean, this is a simple logic. You had one group which was connected, strong. Now you have two groups which you need to settle both. It's a really strange decision. And also there was no reason to do it. These stones are almost like they are not useful. They are just helping white to build a shape. Also, there is a connection, but this is even more killing the stones. So you don't really want to use it. I don't understand what was Mateusz's reasoning, but I know also how Mateusz thinks. Sometimes he thinks maybe I can get even more. But I think in this situation you are just get so much that you don't need more. And this at this point also, if you try to take more, I mean, I guess he wanted to get this exchange, which I'm not even sure is good, because you play inside. I guess he thought it's good. Um, but even if we connect, we can still connect here. It's not possible to cut. I don't know. It's very hard for me to explain the logic, but we have what we have. And this is the fight. So yeah, this is the game. Black would... Wait. There is something interesting happens. Yeah, so we have it like this, I think. And we need to answer. Shape is so bad here. There's no easy way to connect all of this. I don't know how Mateusz will fix this. Looks not good. Yeah, white was leading. I mean, it was like, in this game, it was leading, but it's not clear how many points. I think my feeling white is, let's see what AI says at this point. White +2. And right now, probably it's still, yeah, it's still okay for white, so it's white +4, what AI says. But this +4 it's so complicated that I don't have any clue how to play it. And eventually you will see a lot of difficult decisions that you need to do. And that's why this, even though it's maybe technically correct from the perspective of computer, but people just don't play this because you play more moves. And I think it's just hard to make a decision even now. This one probably fine. Just trying to understand how does it work. Probably if you cut, we just extend and fight, which is fine. Why I'm afraid, mainly what I don't like about all of this position for white, the shape on the top. I don't know how to settle it. Also, I think that mm, maybe we need to play something like this. Then the shape, white shape looks good. I think this is what maybe AI was thinking, because like this, I'm also agree that white is good. But as far as black managed to get the turn, or like after this, I already feel that I think white shape is broken, and I don't know how to play this anymore as white. Like, I don't see a connection. Probably again, AI would settle it somehow, but I just looking at this, and it feels like I want to have this variation, then just capture or something. But it doesn't make any sense because you get Hane and top, or like you get a cut here. It's just too many problems. So yeah, just simply +2 or +2.5, you uh, take more, but no confidence that it could work. I think this is the only way when I would do this when my opponent is low on time. But they're both not, so there is no point to start to think like this. Anyways, as far as they're both not on the time pressure, let's move to the other game. So they are finished here. So he decided to play jump. Okay. Oh, one of the most ugly shape I saw recently is this cut. Not on my screen at all. I also don't understand the point. It looks bad. Especially with the order. I am not sure you can get Atari right now. Because in this case, we just turn. And if you capture, we kill. So is it dead? Probably it should be dead, but it's dead like this. This is dead. And it means that we cannot get Atari anymore. So at least he should Atari at this point. I think makes sense with the all cut. This is a decent move, but this way. So we will have it like this. Turn. And white can even play greedy and extend. White empty would also work. White empty. Where would white empty would work? Ah, you mean here? Uh, True. I also agree. But this is might be a bit scary because you leave the cut, and I don't think you want to do that. Like if you need to come back, then you give Hane and other stuff. Yeah, it's not necessary. Also, this pushing from behind, like it's you help white to connect, and the thing you get is not even clear. Here it would be like this, I think. Or maybe this attach. Attach is good. Just to have it like this, and White is even building points and black still have to answer. This looks not great for black. And if you capture points here, which is away, now I'm afraid this is just you cannot ignore, so you need to play this. And then we probably just connect, I guess. Yeah, something like this. But d3 is a big move, so we need to think about that. Yeah, jump. Also, the problem with the group is still there. I see also what Mateusz thinks. That's a good idea. So in his eyes, I wanted to defend, but what I realized when I defend, this is the problem. Like I need to give up a corner in center. I don't want to do it. And that's why at the moment, you know, this cut not really working in a perfect way because you destroy a lot. So at this moment, this is a very good way to cut. Yeah, now can we kill it? It looks pretty close to be dying. That's why I was also not sure, because in this case, when you jump is simple move, but you have some options, like maybe you can, let's say, push and just cut. It might be a problem. Maybe you have other moves. Maybe you can attach, for example. And then after this, you connect. This is also would be a way. And I think this is pretty okay way. You have still a lot of agi. On this one, you just fight, and or maybe like this. And there is still a bunch of agi. You can do some stuff there. At least try or cut from the other side. There's options. But the way how he played, he just cut it from behind. And now he also lose center. Oh, wait, this. It's interesting how the order goes with two white moves. So yeah, it was like this. And now I think black is in a big trouble. I think this game is almost decided. I mean, unless I miss some crazy sequence. But I think, like, in theory, you can live here, in theory. But practically, I think black is dead. And there is no clear way what you do about that. Like, this is not realistic chance. Even like this, I think the Liberty race, maybe some fight with the Liberties. Maybe you can kill the tail, but this tail is small. So black just killed himself, I guess, with the pushing from behind with empty triangle. I think this is like too, you know, like with AI you can do bad shapes sometimes. But this is like two bad shapes. First of all, empty triangle. Second of all, pushing from behind a few times. And yeah, eventually it's end up losing center and having problems with the group. So this is his move. And let's see what options he has. So on this one, we can just block. If you cut and go like this, with this we also can block. And on this one, we win the Liberty race. So here, even though it looks complicated, it's not really complicated. Yeah, so we win the Liberty race. And eventually, maybe you can build to ice with this move, I guess. Give me a second. So yeah, you can build to ice like this. But this is such a bad result. Like, probably this is game over. You lived, but you give all points you could. And just by building 2 points in Gotha, and then this is just that. The corners are dying, everything is dying. This is just cannot be good. But like in theory you can live, but just this is not good. So the only thing which you can hope is the Liberty Race, which is this. There is no even Liberty Race, it's just that. So there is no Liberty Race. So there is no hope. Yeah, a group is just that. And I think Mateusz also realized this. So the game is probably over. I don't think Mateusz will not able to kill the group. And again, the group can live, but there is no point to live like this. It's minus 20 already. Or I missed some crazy sequence. This is not even alive. Yeah. Okay. With this game, let's make a pause. I think we can come back a bit later, but I have a feeling it's already like 98% Mateusz will win this. Maybe even more. Well, 98 is pretty big, so let's keep it like this. Yeah. Let's go to the other game. Mm, this one. I'll change photos also. Uh, yeah, we finished here with empty. Yeah, there's this, but the game went a bit different. So, I see. He decided that this one is way more interesting exchange. Okay, like, sure. But it doesn't make any sense because, again, at some point white would capture and you need to connect, and then, yeah, it's a weird decision to play AB. He wants to play the core. Okay. Yeah, this is a good move. I feel like this whole sequence, starting for black, is more like, it feels like it's the collapse sequence. I have a feeling. It's so expensive what he's doing. Like, first of all, each time he needs to capture the core. And this is a cost rate is like minus 1 point or minus 2 point each time. And it's like each two move he needs to invest like minus one or at least minus one. I think he lose points there with all cost rates, especially with the last two. Like if he would do it like this, maybe it's not a big minus, but the way how expensive he play with this extent, now the game feels so tough to play. And white can just connect, there is no even reason. Yeah, white can play this. I see the point for white, so white want to make the core, because now he can descend, and then there is a core which is even bigger. Mm-hmm. Seems like black lost a lot. I think also white could play more aggressive. I think you should play at honey here. Because it's not obvious how to play around this sequence. I mean, like, you need to give these 3 stones, or you give the stone, but this is just really good shape for white. So there is no clear way how to settle it. And this would be over maybe this way. It feels like some variation, but you need to win a core, and I don't know, not sure you can do it. Also, it's not only one option. Maybe we can just cut or just capture. So it feels like this was soft. Also, white could play here, which is also is no time for defend. This way, black kind of escaped from complete bad result, but still he invested a lot of cost rates, and that was expensive. Now white, I guess, just simply good. Also, this is the nice timing to think about points. I think also it's not bad to just cut. It's a lot of points. And also it might be center. So let's imagine, I don't know, I want to just imagine the worst, or not the worst, the just average points result here. Mm, let's assume it would be something like this. And then we connect. Probably better to play this than connect. Endgame, in fact, is still complicated. But even like this, we can maybe count already. It's not so easy to count. Let's try like this. Trying to make it simple, but what I'm looking is never simple. Let's try to make it like this and this. I'm trying to simplify it in some way. Yeah, and then let's imagine it would be like this here. Some points here, and then white have this. And black would be basically like this, I guess. Just to see what is the real difference here. So it's 13. Here I think I would count something from here. So it's 15 plus 10, 25, 28. And here is 10. Maybe some points here. Let's go with 3. So it was 28, 13, 3, and there was 10. 28, 31, 31 plus 10, 41, and 13, 55 points. So this is what black has, 55, and white. White has 28 pairs I count, which is 56 plus a move. It feels like white will win this. And also I didn't count some extra moves, some extra points like this, which white can build. So I think this game should be good for white. At least this is how I feel it. Also, you see white is even getting more. A bit more than I expected, but maybe similar. Mm, it means that white is leading by probably a Komi or something. Yeah, here we can attack him. I think then we would have something like this. But anyway, it leads to the same result. Or yeah, this one, yeah. So this is kind of the game. I think white should capture it because it looks like center. Maybe also white can kill it completely. But no, it doesn't look like. So yeah, and black needs to answer. And then I think white can just even play here and it's enough. If we play like this is center, so we need to answer and then it would be like this. I think this is similar. Maybe it's better for some color, I don't know, 1 or 2 points or maybe 3, but this game is not even important. He goes for the kill. I think his point is that by points is the same, but he can get a Kosumi in center. So he wants to get this Kosumi, but it's not really clearly center, so I'm not sure. It probably is just big. Maybe this one gives you 2 eyes, and then black can try to play this, and this might make a difference. So if this is alive, which I think it is, then I think there is a chance because you get one extra big move. Like this one is big, but not huge, and yeah, you kind of black took A and B and C both left, and then black can get one extra move. So I think this is the way for black to be in this game, to play A. Yeah. I think this game, even though they started fast, right now they keep some, I would say, they start to play slower. By the way, this one is not good. I'm pretty sure this is a mistake, and now there is options how you can play around it. For example, the easiest one is bamboo and let it live like this. This is not a great life for black. And now you can get this Kosumi. The trick with this Kosumi that after this the group is it alive? 1, 2. It's alive, but you need to answer. So you need to play like this, and then after this you need to answer again. Or maybe even we can play here. Doesn't look great. Yeah, this doesn't look great. Maybe just like this we can get it. But it's still, we force the left to live with 2 points, which is big enough, and then we can get the second big move. So this looks like just a simple solution for white of this game, and I think like this white is winning even more than before. So this is not really close. Yeah, it's I would say it's a good performance from white, but my feeling it says that black just killed himself here, and just by cost threats, with each cost threat you give so much points in the corner that suddenly doesn't matter what you do, the difference is just big. And now it feels just like a comfortable game for white with no clear solution for black. Yeah. Okay, they will finish endgame. Anyway, let's see, did Mateusz kill the big dragon or not? It seems to be interesting. Maybe they already finished the game. So this is the game number 2. Yeah. So they are playing and wait. I think Mateusz missed that he can just capture. Or I'm missing something. No, he can just capture. There is nothing you can do. Wow. Didn't expect that from Mateusz. This is dead. That's a big blunder. I didn't expect. Maybe he's knows something that I don't know, but this one is the same. It's not like it's give you anything. I don't even know why he played this, especially the defend here. That felt so bad. That's a big miscalculation. I'm not even, I don't know, he had a time, he had everything to just kill it. And I kind of, I think I'm 100% sure it's dead. I will check AI. I think AI would say it's game over. Yeah, it's plus 30. And now it's a game. No, it's still close to be game over. Maybe he thinks that he kills it anyway. It might be true, but just this I see as a clear sequence where, okay, I see the solution that you can, in theory, here. Wait, again, have this problem with, for some reason, when I play the variation. Yeah, so let's say I see a problem that the group is alive, but I cannot imagine that this can be good. So maybe he is afraid that now it's alive and it's a problem. But I also don't see this as a problem. This is just over. Probably you don't need even to do anything. Even if you give the corner and just connect, that's not close. This is not a game anymore. I think this is plus 25. And when he defended, the group is suddenly alive? Or not? Oof. He found a solution where he captured the tail. Okay, which is making it in a similar way. Okay. I mean, anyway, white is just happy to capture this. So before, I was thinking, like I was thinking to defend the cut. Like if you want to play, you want to kind of defend the cut somewhere with this kind of move. But he managed to defend the cut and have a nice bonus of 7 stones and some points. So in theory, it's like maybe like this. 7 stones, 8, 9, 10 stones. So you defend the cut, plus you get 20 points. And I think if the position was good before, now it's better on 20 points. Just this is reality, and also it doesn't look like there is a place to come back. Everything is so solid, and there is no way you can do anything here. This game so one-sided. I was afraid here that if let's say black could live, let's say it would be something like this. Wait, this, how it was in a game. Yeah, this. Yeah, this, and then let's imagine you live with both groups, which is still, in fact, no, this is alive. So if you're alive with these two groups, I think this is the only way how the game is close. Probably white is still plus 10, but at least it's a game. And I thought that Mateusz just didn't see it, but Mateusz went for the different way. I think he saw the honey and he decided to just go like this. And this is the same plus 25 plus 30 points. I think the game just probably is over at this point. Now he will play this because you can just get it for free. And maybe this way to be sure, because the bottom one you don't need to exchange. And not even sure what is the safest way to finish this game. Probably honey is not bad. And then something like this. And in this game there is like before there was a lot of points for black in the side, now there is a lot of points for white in the side. And white still have an option to build this. And white keep the points. You cannot really connect this stone, so this stone is dead. Maybe you can do something like this. This might be a way, but it's not like a lot of points also. So I think that's easy. Also, if you want, here we can give you these stones. They are not cutting stones anymore. Because black already invested moves to live. So it's easily we can give up if we get a Panuki. So this is another thing which I would also consider. I think maybe even like this you can give them away. But also maybe you don't need to. It's very hard to consider. So what you don't need to do, what is now is doing Mateusz, you need to just defend. This is like whatever big move. Main point now to play endgame. I think even if you play the move like this, the game is not close. I think this is just good enough, even like this. But Hane and let's say Tiger Mouse, or maybe Tiger Mouse is too slack, maybe like this, a simple way to win a game. And yeah, like whatever you would do, it's okay as far as you're not dying with your groups. And this is the only way how you can die with a group, to create another group, and then you can in theory die. But still, I mean, it's kind of hard to die with this. Just probably connect it like this. So in theory, you just lose points, but you are not dying here. So I think it's still good for Mateusz. What I can see from Yuanzhen, he makes so many questionable decisions in a fight. Really, it's somehow interesting style, but it feels like this style is like overplay after overplay, and the all direction is wrong. Maybe his reading is not bad, but somehow, yeah, this cut at A, this is something that I don't know. Even before AI, I was also playing a lot of empty triangles. But this is not an empty triangle, which I would even consider at that time. Like now I know that there is like 10 ways how to make this empty triangle bad. And yeah, it feels like really wrong move, and you need to just stay calmer. And I think the fight is still complicated. Maybe the game is even. It's so complicated to decide how to settle the shape on top. After the jump, might be a cut, might be everything. The cut becomes scary, so maybe some attach, for example. This is also a way. There's a lot of moves how you can consider to play. Maybe you can even Tenuki. I think also defending here and just play this is also an option. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens in a game. 1 second. Yeah, so if Mateusz would jump, I think the game will go to end game, and there is no realistic chance. Like, I don't know what you need to do here to have a chance. Even if you get all end game, black in theory doesn't have so many points. So if I count maximum what black has, which is, let's make it like this. So I make maximum from what I expect. It's 11, 10, 5, 11. So in theory we have 36 points. Minus Komi, it's 30. And white has 25. Let's make it here 20. And here I would give another 10 around. So 25, 20, and 10, 30, 55 plus a move and commie. And white have 30. It's like plus 25. Yeah, this is plus 25 around. Maybe plus 20, maybe plus 30. I don't know. But it's not competitive. Also, the thing is, I didn't count any weaknesses for this and for this. But both groups are not alive, and you need to do something about that. Like, you need to connect them at least. So here, yeah, 25. Maybe I would go more to the 30 side than 25. Yeah. Let's go to the other game. Other game, it's still endgame. And then come back maybe already to see how they finish. Because here there is not much left. Yeah. Let's go here. Yeah, this game is already... They're going to like really late end game. And as far as I see, black get everything. Don't know how does it happen. So here, okay, 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 sure. I see, I see. This is the point. So white decided to play this, but I think this is mistake. We need to play this. This is a double center. Uh, and still we have like, so black would get this one. Then we would get this, and we would capture, or like, I don't know in which order. Um, Maybe like this, or this is Gotha. I'm just thinking what is the best way to maybe even we can play Ko, because we have Kostres on the left, so I think Ko is also okay. Yeah, why not? Um, Maybe also this, but I think the best one is just to capture bottom. But he decided to make the bit different approach, and here he decided to defend, and I think this one is bigger than defend. Because you already lose a lot of points on top, it doesn't matter much. But I think also like this, white should be ahead. Yeah, this is big. Mm-hmm. This is also in fact big. We need to play this now. This is good. Yeah, Keima is also good because if we don't play Keima, let's say we decide to play something else. Maybe in this case, yeah, I'm thinking about to play at A, but A you can play else later also. It's also okay. So here the point is of this game that if you play here, we just connect. So if you don't play anything, then this move is center. You need to connect, and that feels even like this. It feels a bit too much. So that's why I think white needs to play this game up. Now white can probably, yeah, just extend. And even blocking is still weak. But now we can just count points. So I count 28 pairs for black, and for white 30 pairs for white without Komi. So white is comfortably winning here without, I think, a chance. I didn't count extra points here for black. Maybe black can get something extra, but I'm not sure if you can get a lot of points extra there. Yeah, this game is one-sided. It's somehow, I think it was kind of even most of the time, and this score, this one, with each of the cost threats, like all of these moves by itself are really, really big minus, and if you have to do it through the core, that feels so bad. You give a Panuki, suddenly here the points are stronger, and I also don't see a clear value of this core. And I think that's where Black just lost the game. And afterwards, maybe, I'm not even sure White played a good endgame. I think White could, for example, maybe Cat was bigger, maybe something else. I'm not really sure. I think definitely this is better than playing on top, I think. Yeah, that's definitely better. So there was, or like this. This is also definitely better. He could just play like this. And yeah, he made even mistakes in endgame, but it was just still enough. And right now they will finish it, but I don't know if there is theoretical way to win this game. Yeah, can White also? Oh no, this was the old. I was just thinking it was some another comment. Wait, what is going on here with ice? I think here we need to just we have to capture. There's no way. But it's not like you're super upset about capturing. Maybe one thing you can consider to play this and capture. But the problem is that if you do so, which I think you shouldn't, because now this is not really center and we can kill the group. So this is the only thing which can be dangerous, I think. But if White capture, Black needs to come back, and then we get this, which is a lot of points, and get center, take something else, which I'm not even sure what, but probably this Atari is not hurting, and yeah. It's just some small stuff left, and it's not like it will change the game. I think was really, I would say, impressive performance from Qian. He win 3 games in like really, really tough bracket. So yeah, he beat 6 Dan. I don't know whom he beat in the first round. I will check. It's interesting. Because maybe later, but I think he's just showing a good performance. And tomorrow probably he's already somewhere in top 3 in this tournament. After 3-0, most likely you will be there. And the second thing is he can, if he beats Mateusz, for example, he can be even number 1, which is there was a prediction, like I think in Discord channel where the in European Discord channel you can just follow. There was a prediction who will win, and there was no one would even consider Yuanzhen as an option. I would not. You never know. I consider that the winner might be the other guy that playing with Mateusz because he won a lot. Yeah. Okay, he beat Lothar, it seems. Yeah, Lothar is pretty strong also. It's 6 done. Yeah, I also remember I saw that Lothar lost and I was kind of surprised. But they have a similar rating. Like Lothar is 6 done, but he's just above 20, 2550, and this guy just below 2550, so it's, you can just believe. Then when he beat Lucas, you can kind of, okay, happens, but this guy just beat another 6 done. So I would assume he's closer to 6 done than to 5. This is my feeling. Maybe, I'm not sure about 7. We will see about if he closer to 7 tomorrow, because you need kind of challenges. Here, I don't know how many challenges, how much challenge was this 6 done. In my eyes, the game was still close most of the time, and um, Black just messed up in a core. Mm, the mistakes kind of also is big for 6 done, so I don't know if you need to like kind of perform a lot better than your opponent if you get this kind of presence. Yeah, but anyway, I think recently in last half a year there is a lot of Chinese players coming, and they're showing not bad results, even though they're not professionals. Like for example, all of the players that come, they are 5 done in China, and 5 done in China can be really strong, can be really weak, and we never know how strong they are. Definitely, it's not like 5 done in Europe, because 5 done in Europe, you need to win some tournaments. In China, it works different. In China, you need to pass some exam, I think, or like it's not even like this. You need to go to some go school, and go school like probably will ask you to show some skills, and then if the go school will say you are good, then you will get 5 done. But it's might possible that your level is like 5Q also, and you will pass the exam, and you will get a 5 done exam. But also possible that you get this exam and you're like close to 6 done, but you didn't get it because of some, I don't know, you went to university, you was in inside school, and then you went to university, and there was never a chance. This is also a way, and then you are also a 5 done, but you can give to the other 5 done like 5 stones handicap, and it's always a mystery how strong you can be. Um, so far, I think there was no 6 done who just came from China, who was already 6 done. Maybe Dai Junfu. I don't know if he was 6 dan when he came from China. I'm also not sure. But not a lot of mostly people just 5 dans. Yeah, so it's kind of also nice because a lot of interesting new opponents, and also I mean this mm, player played a lot of strange moves like that I would never consider. One of them is just ignoring this. This is not in my. I would not even think about that. I didn't even see this ever. I think this is still mistake, and I will check afterwards with AI because I don't know. But yeah, it's like interesting to see new ideas. So this one is this at least for me it was interesting to just check how both of them are playing. Yeah. In the end, I don't know what would be the final score. Yeah, they are still playing. Um, Here, by the way, Black made a mistake. Black probably should play here. This gives you one more point, but Black decided to, because you need to still play a few times here. So he could get one extra point, but he missed it. I think it's more like a frustration mistake. He kind of understands that he cannot win. And then, yeah, you just play to see the result. Let's go to Mateusz to see if they finished. Probably they should be close. So this is the game. Um, they still have a lot of moves to play, so they are kind of stuck here. Um, I'm just checking. Yeah, here even Mateusz played very safe move. I don't think it's necessary. Uh, like there is no really reason not to play here. I don't think there is even a reality when black is going to kill and will succeed, because you can just cut and um, like this is impossible. This is also dead. And if this is dead, like you can play here and capture the right, but it's not like white is dying. Also, white can get this, which is really nice to have. So all over you give 4 stones, but it doesn't really make any difference. But here Mateusz decided to even give the right, which is okay. I don't think whatever you do, it would be a problem. And now he's going for the kill. It's more look like a kill for spectators. It doesn't change the result, but you know, just the people are happy and something is going on. So first thing I am thinking, we can capture here 2 stones. Looks not bad. Just to be sure we are alive. What else we can do? We can play this. We cannot resist. Like this is not working because this move by itself would be never center. Group doesn't have so many liberties, so it's not like you can just defend or Atari and defend, and black has by far more liberties in like white has by far more liberties in black, so this is not really a threat. And then it means that white should just play here. Maybe have it like this. If he wants to kill this group. But also, I'm not sure, like if I would play, I would just connect under. Just the difference so big in points that you don't need to do it. Let's see. Is he going for the kill? Well, first he taking points. This is some points, okay. Maybe he can consider to play this. It's even more points. Something like this. More points, and then we can just connect. I think this would be the best. Maybe it's not center. Maybe for later it's center. And then here we can play like this. At the moment, black didn't answer. Maybe black considers something like this, or he consider if he needs to answer, which is also not 100% clear. So if you play here, yeah, you don't need to answer. It's not necessary. This we can play this one, and we capture. So yeah, well, I think Mateusz made a mistake. It's not like it matters. Probably a bit. But black, well, black get more than 36, in fact. I'm just trying to think. It was something like 35 plus this, which is another 6, maybe. So now we are on 40. So this and this in total is 50 for white. Plus white have something like this, which is like around 10, maybe also this. So I would assume something like this would happen. Maybe we can even try to connect. Yeah, this is kind of what's happening. So Mateusz is just trying to take points, which is smart. Maybe it's also okay to just answer. I don't know. It's also a lot of points extra. Maybe you can have a better moves. I don't know. It feels like this one I would play. And if black would Tenuki, for example, it's also not clear what to do. I think all over there is not much left in this game. Yeah, so this is the game. Mateusz trying to take points. I think, to be honest, this is what he should do before. Now, of course, it's not bad to take them now, but yeah. Oof. So he wants to have it like this in order to get a center. Makes sense. I don't, well, maybe. Are we brave enough? I mean, this is dead. Well, maybe not. Hmm. Even though it might be working, I would not play that. It's just way more simple to defend. I think white is winning by so much. This is the way to throw the game. But probably. I mean, the group is so dead. And this is clearly good. Yeah, I think you can just kill. I don't see a way how it's even close. Like the problem with all this combo that you kind of can connect, and this, like, we cannot cut you, but there is a problem with this. And this all is center. And even if you connect from that side, even you find a timing, um, then altogether this is dead. So I don't think that there is a way why he shouldn't go for the turn. And I think now it's time for resign because there is no connection. Like this, we just go here, and then AB is MI. It's not much you can do. And also, if we connect, there is no even cut because we capture. And if you take the liberty, it's also taking the liberty from yourself. The other problem, if you try something and now we connect, this is another problem. Even if you are alive, white get a lot of points, so this is also not going to be well. Like, this is just a bad end. And yeah. hmm So he would play like this. I think here I would even play this one just to make it clear. And then after this you can cut. And the problem with this cut that everything is alive. So if black connects and try to leave somehow, which again I'm not sure you can, but it doesn't really matter. White gets additional 10 points. This is game over. Like this, there is no Damezumari anymore because you cannot play here. This is self-Atari. And now all this fight, we don't need even to cut. We can just play this, for example, or just Kusumi. Yeah. As far as the stones are alive, which I'm pretty sure they are, yeah, it's just should be over in any. Well, there is some liberty race, in fact, but I somehow don't believe in this liberty races. They feel too super one-sided, and the right is also alive. Yeah, it seems like Mateusz decided to go for the like, or I don't know who decided, but Yuanzhen decided just to leave. But the difference on points, it just goes bigger, and now even if this black group is alive, okay, but it doesn't change the situation. I think also Mateusz can ignore it because capturing stones is center. In fact, Mateusz can do a lot of things. Mhm. This we can settle like this. Again, black is not alive with the big dragon, so you need to do something about it. And you can capture 3 stones, but dragon is dying, so I think for Mateusz is also easy to find. Maybe first he can capture, because why not? Even if you kill it, this is a lot of points. Maybe wait, 1, 2. Maybe you need to be careful because this is not center. Okay. So why I was careful here, this way we can push and then play this. And here it seems like black can live, even in center. So there is no, it's just small. This also works, I guess. Yeah, it also works, and it works pretty easily because right is alive, so there is no really problems. We can, yeah, just connect even like this to be sure. I think from the perspective of Yuanzhen, he's trying really a lot. So I think I would resign way earlier. Even though I think I consider myself a player who is fighting really till the end. Um, I think the point is that the difference is too big and you can just count in points. I think he hopes maybe that Mateusz will go for the big kill and he will lose some points, but yeah. Also Mateusz play calm, like these 2 moves, these even 3 moves, how he just try to, you know, settle the position, then just by getting points, it makes for black less and less chances. Yeah, so after this move, black resigned. So Mateusz has 3 out of 3. It's very convincing performance from Mateusz. I think here it feels like that in a previous game against Qian Komin, he had way more problems than against this 7 dan. Even though by rating the difference is huge, but I think with Qian Komin he was like losing in 1 move, and here there was like, I don't know, like a machine. There was no chance at all. Yeah, black resigned, and there is no. I mean, this game last 100, probably even 100 moves was after black just played this, maybe even earlier. I think this push changed everything. Yeah, this. After this push, after this combo, the game is most likely over. Even though black lived, the game is not really playable. So let's check the last time the other game. I'm just to see. For me, it's interesting. What is the difference there in points? Here, oh, they finished. Probably not. Let's see estimation. Yeah, white is winning by 9, which is kind of what I counted. So a bit more than Komi. It's also really nice performance of Qian Yason. From what I see, I feel like Mateusz should be a huge favorite tomorrow against Kwan Yason. Even though he's beaten a lot of players, Mateusz is really in a good shape. And yeah, um, let's see if Mateusz can make a good result in a big Asian tournament, so he can get 5p. I think if he win some European tournament, he also can get 5p. He just need to win consistently, like tournaments in Europe, and yeah, step by step. Yeah, we will see. But Mateusz definitely in a good shape. Like maybe again against the Chinese guy, it's just the style is fitting too well for Mateusz because Mateusz is losing to Kim Do-hyuk, Do-hyuk is losing to this Chinese guy, and Chinese guy is losing to Mateusz. I think this is the idea. Lily Cup in August. Probably, yeah. He's going to Lily Cup with Stanislav. I think he will participate there, but I don't remember when. But probably I would follow. I mean, everyone would follow. Yeah, about tomorrow. Tomorrow would be for sure Kwayo Song and Mateusz Surma would play um, the game for almost the first place. The round will start early at 9 CT, and I think round 4 Ben would comment, and he would start around 9:30 or 9:40 the comments. So you are welcome to join. For today, I will stop. And thanks everyone for joining or writing messages and comments. It's always nice to see, to hear you. I will be commenting tomorrow the second round in the afternoon, so see you tomorrow. Yeah, and yeah, if you have questions about the professionals, for example, how to get new professional title, I can answer that tomorrow. We can have a lot of conversation about that when there is, when the people are playing a bit slow. Yeah, and thanks everyone for today, and see you tomorrow, and have a nice evening, and yeah, bye.